when I finished the book, and then we went to the publisher to decide what the cover should be, there was a battle because I was very keen on this cover. And they said, no, this is just not, you're not holding eyeballs. So if you're not, I said, what do you mean I'm not holding eyeballs? I'll hold many eyeballs with this because I put it on my DP and everybody is totally scandalized. So I said, let's go this up because this is me. This is me completely without any filters. So they said, no, but we'll put in a back cover. So I took that and I said, okay, fine. Maybe legal will sort of is worried about the book being banned. What they didn't realize is that if the book had been banned, it would have been a bestseller from day one. Because everybody would have wanted, why is it banned? So anyway, we took the Patli Gali out and we put it on the back cover. There's a story behind the photograph. Mohammed had wanted me to do a photograph for the Times of India with a whole lot of other so-called people who were not in the straight and the narrow. So what shall you call in the mainstream of respectability. He had collected a group of 3 disreputable men, and they said, and they were talking about their lives, and they also read the Times of India, which said that everybody reads the Times of India. So it was about 20 years ago in this campaign. And what they wanted from me was a photograph of me in a tux with 2 bikini-clad women next to me and me with a cigar in my hat. And I had just had a bypass. And this was 1 month after my bypass. He said, will you do the photograph? I said, I'll try. So we went off to Marway Beach. And I put on this tux and these girls turned up in these bikinis and we took this photograph. And then Mr. Parekh, who was a photographer, amazing man, I told him, I said, this is not the truth. This is a myth. This is my reputation of, being surrounded by pretty women in skimpy clothing. I said, I'd much rather trade places with them and give you the truth. So he said, what do you mean trade places with them? I said, to get rid of them, I'll come, you do a photograph and I'll tell you. So I went back to the changing room, took everything off, covered the essentials with my hat, put a cigar in my mouth and walked onto the beach. And he almost fell down and said, what are you trying to do? I said, I'm trying to turn on and tell people what is the truth about me rather than the myth. So he said, okay, we'll take the shot. And while we were setting up the shot and I was standing there very proudly in the breeze with the cigar in my mouth, a dog trotted up in the background, which I couldn't see, of course, and he could, and sat down exactly between my legs. He was perfect. So he got a view of me which other people didn't get, okay, which is the back end view. And he took this photograph. And I loved the photograph because it was so close to my heart. And it was so close to my bypass that actually if you look closely at the photograph, you'll see my scar. It's just about healing. And we sent both the photograph to Mohammed, and Mohammed said, oh, I don't think this is going to fly. So I said, no, try it. So we sent them both to the Times of India and they returned this photograph back and said, we are a family newspaper. We are not into porn. So they came back to me and went up on my shelf as a memento. Then I decided to put it on my DP, and then I fought like mad to put it on the cover of my book, but they would have none of it. So we put it on the back cover. And what's written in the back was written in the Times of India ad. It was exactly the Times of India ad copy that Mohammed had written, like my biodata, the way he thought it. And I think it's the best, funniest biodata anybody has ever got. And I really, really thank Mohammed from the bottom of my heart for being so brilliant and insightful when it came to actually deciphering me and my character.